It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Commanders, and it's coming up next.
We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare and prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
Yeah, when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend 2 plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that is called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to defend the scramble play, the breakdown, the improv. That's what makes these quarterbacks so dangerous. And it just takes one breakdown defensively for a big play, and it's 6.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
His defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
1st and 10 now from the 36. On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
He might be a tight end by position definition, Mike, but this guy is a bona fide playmaker with the ball in his hands, and we're just seeing this more and more across the league. These guys have such a natural ability to pick up yards after the catch, and man, it does wonders for an offense when you don't always have to throw the ball far to pick up big gains.
Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll give it to Harris again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Now it is 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it with Harris. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So backed up now to the 8-yard line, it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3-and-out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. He finds De'Ami Brown. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Daniels. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. And this is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. And at the very least, got to come away with some points.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Commanders. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Seibert's extra point is true, and the Commanders will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Russ. He'll let this one go long for Williams.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Wilson will throw again. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Wilson. He's going to run it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. So, 1 touchdown apiece for our two teams. 7-7 on the board here at the break. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. A touchdown apiece, 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Steelers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. Low-scoring game, all tied. 3rd quarter, And a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Harris. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here's 3rd and 2. Try to run for it with Harris. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston to punt for Pittsburgh. Olamide Zaccheaus deep to return. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The tight end Ertz in motion. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Daniels now going to look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and the 1st down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On the option, here's Robinson. The ball comes out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Daniels. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
The Commanders about to send this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wilson. Now he takes off.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now it's Wilson. That is caught downfield by Pickens. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
These are some of the most difficult situations for a coach to handle because it's a combination of you have to be aggressive to go score. You're trying to win the game, of course, but there's also an element of time and clock management. So it's going to be very interesting to see the play selection over these next couple downs. Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On the give, it's Harris. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and They bring him down for a sack.
And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have fourth down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's out of bounds in great shape, down at the 15-yard line. That is rare. You don't see 3rd and 17 converted all that often. First down.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
Warren. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. Here comes second down. They'll keep it on the ground. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. And it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. The crowd cranking it up another notch before third and long. Harris. And Strong running in deep. Inside the 10-yard line, a gain of 9 on the carry. So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to grab a late lead. This kick is good. They move out front and take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense getting set to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's complete. It's Jamison Crowder. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Steelers offense ready to take over once again. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this low-scoring affair. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.